that tree's getting lower and lower. Who knows how long it'll take for the city people to get rid of it, huh? And there's the consistent regular rain now, it seems like. Makes you wonder how long it'll take for the snow to melt. And at the same time, I think in various places they're worried because of this, it's going to create flooding and all that. Although I think it should be okay overall. I like the snow personally better. Maybe that's because I walk a lot. Let's see, for stuff I read today, this one at first I was wondering, is this a drone, a jet, or a missile? This one says, Dynetics X-61A Gremlins air vehicle performs its maiden flight. And they did show videos and stuff of it. It says, Dynetics, the performer of the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency Gremlins program, has successfully flown its X-61A Gremlins air vehicle for the first time in November 2019. The test took place at Dugway Proving Ground near Salt Lake City, Utah, testing operations involving one captive carrying mission aboard a TBM Inc. C-130A, whatever that is, and an airborne launch and a free flight of the X-61A that lasted 1 hour and 41 minutes. And what was the objectives? It says demonstrating a successful launch of the GAV from the C-130, demonstrating a rate capture, wing deployment, cold engine start, and transition to stable powered flight, collecting data on GAV subsystem operation performance, and verifying air and ground-based command and control systems, including data link performance and handovers between air and ground control. Kind of a thing too, would you actually classify this as like, say, a drone? Because maybe you think with that article yesterday about the Apple and all that, and wanting to, I guess, influence the drone regulations. It said where like a satellite is considered like a form of a drone. This makes you think like how way back, like even just a few years, none of that in terms of public perceptions was considered as a quote drone. It was just like, you know, a piece of machine or something. And in terms of things like drones and perception, I actually haven't read too much of stuff like this lately anyways. This one here, it says, "Stop flying drones over my house," says angry Plymouth man. Low-flying drones infuriated a man who initially feared it was burglars casing houses, but it turned out to be a housing association doing maintenance checks. A Plymouth man said he has finally been given an apology from housing bosses after he complained about a low-flying drone over his home. Ian Lott, who lives in Drummond Close in Camel's Head, said he was shocked to see a drone flying over his house and his neighbors' houses in Ferndale Road last week. After making inquiries with the drone operator, who told him they were contracted by the council on behalf of Plymouth Community Homes, he took to Twitter to highlight his concerns, raging at the council that it was a complete invasion of privacy. However, PCH replied that they were just carrying out some surveying on our homes around Plymouth. Ian told Plymouth Live, "There's a lot of elderly residents around where I live, and this drone was flying just 10 meters above their homes." So it's kind of interesting, as you would imagine this is probably going to happen more often with people using drones legitimately to do something like an inspection. It says, "At one point it came over my wall and into my garden. We were given no notice and no warning. Frankly, it was a complete invasion of privacy. It was flying about, looking into my windows and garden. I was sitting in front of my room. There it was, over my garden at eye level." Plymouth Community Homes claimed the drone was used to carry out survey work on its properties. A spokesperson for PCH Plymouth Live said here, "The planned maintenance survey looks at our properties and photographs the roofs, front, back, etc. They are only taking photographs and videos of PCH properties." It says here they added, "In terms of the laws around flying drones, Red Air drones have to request a flight reference from police and notify them at times they are flying. In certain areas, they have to request a Ministry of Defense flight reference as well as if they're within a nuclear zone. Where they were filming is a Category G airspace, so they are legally allowed to fly over someone's house if needed, once flight reference are obtained." But the person doesn't accept that. It says, "However, the answer cut little ice with Ian, who told Plymouth Live, 'For a start, my place is not PCH, it's leasehold, so it's not for them to inspect my place. Secondly, there's a lot of elderly residents around here who don't even have internet. Imagine their shock at having drones in their garden. We all know about criminals using drones to smuggle things into prisons, and to be honest, when I saw the drone, my first thought was it was someone casing the houses to burglar them. The places around here are bungalows, so do you really need to fly them? I was so annoyed, I went to ask all the residents around the area if they've been sent letters or alerted of the drone going up, and none of them had heard a thing." So this will be kind of interesting because this will happen, as I mentioned, more often in terms of people using drones to inspect places. Is it legitimate? Are people going overboard? Because in general, like it says here, that was the first thought in terms of, people are using it to burglar houses and all that. My thought, maybe I'm just biased of course because I use it a lot, is still, when you see it, I just assume someone's capturing video of like things like scenery and all that. But that is the general perception at the moment. It just makes me think, with that alerting people that there's going to be a drone around too, like in some ways I guess it makes sense, in some other ways it doesn't. Like I don't think you get an alert saying, okay, there's going to be a news helicopter flying over you today, that type of thing. I don't know, maybe in this case it's just hysteria, or people just saying, it's small enough where you could spy on people, so you need to be alerted. I still think it would be better if it's more used for like work like this, so to speak. Like say if you're a police officer, emergency or whatever, then that drone has to be branded, I guess, a certain way that's easily distinguishable, like say a police car or whatever. That's it. One day and that snowman's done in the rain. That does look like traces of the carrot too that was on that snowman. Hey, looks like the rain is actually stopping a bit. I think I can find a place to fly. Alright, see you guys later.